Hello, Sagittarius. Hi. Welcome to your June general reading. Hope you are amazing. I'm glad that you're here. So, we're going to jump into oracle cards, go into your spread, you know. So, if you would like a private reading, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Links in the description box below. Or you can go to livesandsync.com. Also, I'm on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see me there, and Patreon if you want to get these readings super early. So, Sagittarius, let's sit for a second. Actually, you know what? Spirit's telling me to bring the bowl back. Where's the bowl? Obvious. Well, you see, I got this band-aid on. I cut myself chopping up lettuce. You know. You know, I have to find out where the bowl is. Hold on, please. Pause. All right, I'm back with the bowl. Okay, so close your eyes with me. Okay, and we will get centered together before we go into your reading. All right, Sagittarius. Okay, let's get on in. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius for the month of June? Truth, honesty, love, and acceptance here, please. Okay, we have flashlight, camera, and paintbrushes. Okay. In June, you don't have to worry about your choices. You don't have to worry about trying to really dig deep to figure things out. It's just going to be. I know that's very interesting to hear, but it just is what it is. Okay. I feel like there's no need for you to dig up old wounds, old situations, figure out how to fix things. It's time to move on to new, bigger, better things and think bigger, think big. Okay. So I feel like those old things just kind of hold you back. You're replaying the same situations and the same issues of the past. And it's just time to move on. You know, it's that energy where if it didn't work before, it's not going to work now. Okay? So we have victory in the same endeavor, in some endeavor, excuse me. Wind chimes, candle, and apple. Peace and harmony, temptation will test you, and you will be shown the way. See? You'll know the way. It almost feels to me not like a strike of lightning. It's just a different type of awareness, seeing things differently, perceiving things differently, knowing things like the clairvoyance. Okay, you just know. You can't explain it. You don't have facts. You just know. Okay. But really, your focus, Sagittarius, in June is peace and harmony in your life. Okay. No more bringing things in that don't need to be there. No more keeping people around that uh, talk good. Okay. That make everything sound wonderful and joyous and everything's going to work out, blah, blah, blah. None of that. Okay. And I feel like temptation from the past will kind of pull you back in if you let it. Old ways of thinking, old ways of being. But you moving forward for your own peace and harmony and your own balance, that's where it is. Okay, so let's get into your cards and see what we got here. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with that hangman being here, it's definitely time to move on. You know, it's like you've been holding on to the edge of something and it's time to like fully jump in and let that go. Okay. Which is going to cause a shakeup, but you can handle it. Okay. It's for your own benefit. So then we have the King of Coins and the Ten of Coins as your overall energy. The Ten of Coins talks about stability. It talks about the future, your legacy, building up good karma for the future, pretty much, you know. But it comes to you in materialistic ways, in money, in support, in solid relationships, things like that. So these are things that are going to last for a long time, and things that are, you know, beneficial to you in the future. Okay. The whole point is you being the leader of making that happen. So you're like the rock. You're the solid rock that drags these things into your life, right? It's about being immovable in what you believe and what you feel, how you see your world, and kind of manifesting that to happen because you're in control of that. Okay. So let's talk about the major arcana on the table. The Hangman, the Star, the Justice, and the Sun. That's actually a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Tree of Life. This deck has a few like specialty cards. And one of them is the Tree of Life card. It's kind of my karma card. It comes out as a few different things, but for you it's coming out as karma, like building up karma for the future, building up good things for yourself for the future. So let's talk about the major arcana first. The Hangman, the Star, the Justice, and the Sun. The Hangman, it talks about a different perspective, and sometimes you have to sacrifice the old perspective to get a new one. Okay. You may have to wait a little bit, and I do feel that with this Tree of Life, because it feels like you're building up karma, as I said before. But this is a healing process with the Star card. So you have to keep hope alive. You have to be like positive, okay? And not let it drag you down, Justice, because you do have balance coming. So it's with the you have really like karmic energy. So it's doing the right thing gives you the right results, okay? Being the leader in your own life and being solid and using your resources and what it is that you have, that's what's really going to help you grow. That's what's going to help you stay strong throughout this month. Okay. What was I getting ready to say? I don't know. So I see there's a few things that's popping up to me. I see family issues. You wanting to keep a family tight knit. You wanting to keep a family happy. Maybe after some issues that you've had with them in the past. It could be something as deep as like a family member passing, trying to keep the family together, or there being money issues or some sort of conflict. Okay. But the thing is, it's I feel like you're like trying to hold it together. You have this idea of a happy family and a happy you know, and that's all fine and dandy. But there is a piece with the Hangman here that's telling me that you're not kind of receiving what it is that you should be from this contract that you've put on yourself, like this family contract. Okay. So it's like you have to understand that where the family is and how the family is now, that's just how it's going to be. Okay. I feel like you're definitely trying to shake things up, and you're definitely trying to create a better connection with you and this group of people or your family. But, you know, you have to look at things from a different perspective. You know, it's not like the Brady Bunch, but it is good for what it is. Okay. Unfortunately, it's something that you have to wake up to. It's like it's like a shout out to you to not think of perfection. It's not going to be perfect, unfortunately. Okay. Law situations and work situations. Some of you have some sort of case, or you're trying to get a divorce or split from someone, they're saying to me. And you do. You don't want to go back on this by any means, okay? I feel like you've tried to heal this, and during the process of trying to heal something with someone or with this job or with whatever, you're seeing that There's nothing the matter with having hope, but you have to know your limitations. So it's like you have to do what's right for you, for your stability, for your happiness, for your future. It feels like a lot of your energy went towards this work situation, went towards this marriage, went towards this relationship, like a lot. You really tried to make it stable. You really tried to work it out. And it has to do with you being very, commitment. Like commitment means something to you. And that's why you really tried to work on it or tried to hold it together. Just like being committed with a job or with a project, you really knew that that's what you wanted to do because you promised. But I feel like as you started healing things, you started to see, it turned into a cautionary tale. It feels like there was too many challenges with you getting to a point of like stability, satisfaction, and stability. So things are going to work out in your favor. There will be success. The problem is, like, I don't see it being like you thought it was going to be in the past. It's like, well, all this just work out and then I can keep going forward on the same path. I don't feel that. Especially with the Page of Coins as Sagittarius, I see a lot of new transitions in your life, okay? So you're learning a lot of new things, like about family, about relationships, and about your job. You're taking more practical approaches, and instead of being upset about change or about how things are shifting, you're like, this is a new beginning for me. This is a more practical approach for my stability for the future, right? And it's, I don't know about slowly, but I feel you integrating into that reality. So you're paying attention to it and you're following the steps of what the universe is showing you. Because that is the most stable way to go. It's the more structural way to go. So you're simultaneously, whether you know it or not, building a new foundation for a future that you're going to have with this 10 of Pentacles. And it is success. Success, wonders, things coming together, new beginnings, okay? That are balanced and just for you, okay? So we're going to go into whichever card Spirit tells me to clarify. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's a group, who knows. We're going to just go from there, okay? We're starting with the Hangman first. 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. Wow, 2 8s. This definitely talks about a rebirth. This talks about things starting over, but it's coming in as information, as signs and synchronicities, okay? So these are things that you've been working on, Sagittarius. You've been very dedicated to making things happen, almost to a point where you were like, well, maybe I'm not paying attention to the details. There's another 8 of Wands. Maybe I'm not paying attention to the details. Maybe I'm not looking where I'm supposed to look. So I'm going to try this differently, right? But you've been putting all of this work in and getting not negative feedback. I'm going to say negative feedback from the universe. It's not working out the way that you planned. So this just means that you need to untrap your mind and try a different route. Okay, try a different route, try a different direction. And it does feel like a lot with the 8 of Wands here, but you just need to go with the flow. And that's what the Hangman is. The Hangman just tells you to sit back and pay attention. Don't go back into the past. Stay in the present moment. This is a good time to meditate as well. Stay in the present moment and just understand what's coming towards you and understand what needs to change. Stop trying to actively change things. Just watch, just perceive, just understand. Be more receptive, okay? Okay, now we're going to talk about the change in reality. So what they're showing me is, let's say you have Pandora's box. So let's say, if you know the legend, the story of Pandora's box, she was given the box and told not to open it. So you have this box, wonderful, beautiful, ornate box. And you're thinking, You know what would make this box even better? If I knew what was in it. And then you go and open this box and unleash hell upon the world, because that's what happens in the story. But this is like having these ideas of family, of work, how things are supposed to be perfect. And it looks perfect, seems reliable, but to me it just doesn't feel balanced with you and what you truly need in your life. And I say need because it's pentacles, and pentacles are about like structured things that you can hold on to. It's not an idea, it's not a process as much as it is something tangible. So in real life, I feel like you need something different. Your perfection may not look like everyone else's or how it was in the past, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you have an opportunity for new things, for a new path. So this old path of what you thought you needed to hold on to, Sagittarius, has ended, which is why this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's like that part is over. It's done. You've reached the edge of that cliff, okay? And now you're stepping off into a new one with the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is like your new beginning, your new world view, okay? The new set of things you're bringing into your life, okay? And this is here to clear out injustices, to rebalance you, because it's coming through as a rebalance, getting rid of prejudices and biases and things like that have stopped you from walking down this path before. And a lot of this is family, things that you thought made you happy, relationships that you're just holding on to, structures, things like that. It's a little bit of breaking those down so you can manifest what it is that you want and need. Actually, okay? I feel like some advice is coming from this Four of Swords. Yeah. Imbalance. You felt the imbalance. You knew that it was the imbalance, but I feel like this is a testimony to how sweet you are, okay? I feel like instead of being pessimistic, instead of being negative, you were just like, I'm going to try to balance this thing. But I feel like what you didn't see is that inconsistency in your environment and your money and your job was really getting to you. It was getting to you on a spiritual level, and it was kind of taking your hope away, taking that childish energy away from you and making you kind of pessimistic in a spiritual way, even though you were like trying to be happy on the outside or keep things together. Okay. So they're saying they're bringing that up because they don't want, it's about karma. Okay. So it's about karma and growing, and they didn't want you to grow in that energy, which is why they're trying to give you new energy. Okay. So on the star, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. You don't need to be self-conscious about what's coming. Okay, you don't have to. Some of you feel like people are watching you. Like they see you and maybe they're jealous or watching you. But why is that coming up? Yeah. Now, so this is interesting. I do feel like someone does see you doing really well and they want to come back into your life. That's a whole nother story though. That's like a distant energy. It doesn't feel like anything you need to really worry about. I feel like you know it and you don't really care. But also it's coming up as a warning because they don't want you to feel like when this comes back up, there's a reason to hope or there's a reason to hold on to this person. There's not. And you know it. You know that there's not. Listen to your intuition. You know what to do. Okay. You're on a healing path. You don't need to go back into the past. That's that. Mostly I'm just hearing like you don't have to let your life pass you by. You know, you're a nurture you okay. It's time to remember that space in between having an idea and doing the idea. Like you have an idea, I want to start a business. All I'm going to do is just work towards that business. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. There's this little wave of energy in between that nurtures that energy. Okay? So it's like being spiritually aligned, having the energy to do it, feeling passionate about what it is you do. It's like that little bitty wave in between there. You need to know that that little bitty wave is important, and you need to pay attention to that energy, like the energy that you're giving to something, like your reason for doing something. It's not just about having the thought and then executing it. That energy in between you need to pay attention to. Like if you don't have the energy anymore, if the energy is waning, if you don't feel good about it, if your intuition is telling you something different, it's like you need to pay attention to that. Okay? You need to pay attention to why you're doing something. And this is a way to stop you from drifting aimlessly on a project or on a situation for way too long, okay? And then we're going to talk about the tree of life and the sun. Yeah, everything you do is being built up as karma in the month of June. Okay? That's not bad. It just means, do the right things, make the right decisions. If you don't make the right decisions, just saying, so you know, it will come to bite you in the future, for sure. So you're building up karma for the future, okay? But the future looks successful, okay? That's what that is. If you do right, if you think about that little wave in between your passions, your reasons for doing things, and you do what is right and what is balanced, you will have beautiful success, okay? I see opportunities coming in too. Yeah. As long as you nurture this good energy that is around you, Sagittarius, it's going to be beautiful. Okay. Lots of opportunities, lots of things coming to you. Even the opportunity for a relationship. Yeah. Even the opportunity for a relationship, because I feel like when you start taking care of that little wave in between, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, listening to your intuition, all that little stuff, the doing part, the thought, and then the doing. The doing part comes out beautifully. It's like you get something that is going to be something that you can carry with you. It's just about doing what's fair, doing what's right, doing what's balanced. Going with the flow, okay? Yeah, sometimes also you got to understand what it is you're fighting for, and this is the wave in between. So why are you doing the things you do? What's the purpose of it? What's your life mission statement, not your business one? Like what is it? What's the goal that you're trying to get to? Cuz this is my card of winning the battles but not the war. So you're winning each little thing, but when you step back and look at it, you're like, "Oh, this is not what I thought was going to happen." That's what they're trying to stop you from doing, okay? If not, I feel like you're going to keep living this lesson over and over again with the family, with the relationship. Those feelings that you have about things not being fair, not being balanced, or putting in too much work, you're going to keep having those feelings until that changes, okay? So I want to pull out some advice, and then I'm going to pull a card to close the reading with, but I want to use another deck. We're going to use this one. Yeah, you got to prioritize what's important here. This is your chance to reevaluate what's important and to get in harmony with how you're interacting with the world to create the world that you want and get the things that you want. So it's like you have been right now acting to create the life you want. But this is a time to step back and see if everything is the way you want it. And maybe there's a different way that you can execute things or a different way that you can move forward. The whole point, especially with this Empress card here, Sagittarius, is what is nurturing you. Okay? What is nurturing you, and are you giving to others to nurture them, but it's falling on deaf ears? You know, like deaf ears. Are they not responding to it in the way? Are they taking your kindness for weakness? These are things that you need to pay attention to, okay? Because it's all about you with the Four of Swords, building stability. Oh, well, it's probably better if I do it this way, isn't it? Building stability, okay? Building something rock solid, something you can rely on. Relationships you can rely on. Jobs you can rely on. Relationships you can rely on. Family you can rely on. Friendships you can rely on, okay? So that's what this is about. Again, karma. Building up karma. Building up future experiences, I guess. Okay. So you can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you? Yes, the little energy in between, Sagittarius. That's your big theme, is that little energy in between. Your reason of why you're doing something, the actions on which you take to execute it, really does affect your outcome, right? And it's trying to get you to pay attention to that, to change it and to tweak it. And that's what's happening in June. It's like you're fully clear on what it is you need to do. You just need to do it. Okay? It's a revamp of the old ways. It definitely is like a candle, like a light. Yeah, you will be shown the way. Obviously, they're showing me that. So this is the time you figure out what's limiting you, and then you open up a door for beauty and wonders and all the glorious things you ever want, you know? So thank you so much for being here. I love you so much, Sagittarius. Also, your love reading will be out next week probably, because I do these early, so next week. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.